for the movie Necessary Roughness.
Right.
Because a character in the movie is a female kicker played by Kathy Ireland, and there was one problem with Kathy Ireland.
She couldn't kick.
She couldn't kick.
She didn't have not like Andy can kick it.
So we have somebody who should have played that role.
Yes, exactly.
And her name is Andy Meeks, and Andy is a junior at Springfield Shawnee High School. On Friday night, on the final play of the game, Andy kicked the game-winning field goal to put Shawnee in the high school football playoffs for her dad, Rick, who is the coach of the Shawnee Braves. Andy, what's your week been like since kicking that game-winning field goal?
Everyone's been asking me and saying, like, I've done such a good job, and, like, I don't know, it's just been crazy because everyone's just, like, congratulating me, and I've been in, like, a bunch of papers, and I don't know, I've just never had this, like, experience, so it's been crazy.
So, Andy, what was going through your mind when the head coach / your father, see, you and I have something in common. My father was a high school football coach, so I played for him. So sometimes it's a little more pressure on the son or daughter of a coach. What was going through your mind when the head coach says, all right, field goal?
I was freaking out.
Why?
I was jumping up and down because it was like freezing cold. It was raining, and I was jumping up and down trying to keep my feet from freezing off. And all my teammates were like, they were like, "You can do this. It's just like practice." And it was just crazy. And then one of the coaches, my dad's friend, was like, "Andy, get ready just in case we need you to win the football game."
Wow.
Well, this seems like a good time to ask head coach Rick Meeks, Andy's dad and the coach of the Braves, the playoff-bound Braves, what he was thinking. I mean, Coach, every field goal game-winning situation is nervous, but when it's your daughter, I'm sure it's a little bit more nerve-wracking.
Well, when we got in that situation, we were kind of lucky to get down in that situation. We got a late turnover in the game, and we had a sophomore quarterback. Backup had to come into the game. A couple big passes got us down inside the 10. Time was running out. I really didn't have a whole lot of time to think about it. We had to spike the ball. We had to get the field goal team out onto the field. And again, I guess it's a good thing I didn't have a whole lot of time to think about it, or I might have been a little overwhelmed mentally with putting my daughter in that situation. But we got down inside the 10, and it was time to do it. And it didn't really hit me until she was out on the field, getting ready to kick it, at that point. And didn't have a whole lot of time to think, what was I going to do if she didn't make it, or if she did make it. So obviously she hammered it through. She's a tough kid. She's always been a good athlete. That's why we asked her to come out and kick for us this year. And she hit it, and it was a very special time.
Well, Coach and Andy, I know that you guys practice these type of situations. And Coach Rick, what range were you comfortable with calling her out there?
Well, she's hit in practice from 40 before, but I'll be quite honest, I wouldn't have been comfortable from 40 yards out. If we get inside the 20, I'm starting to feel pretty good.
So Andy,
at that point.
So Andy, what's going through your mind? I mean, you just focusing on fundamentals, or you're saying, "Oh my gosh, my father's job is on the line here," or not? Just kidding, Coach. I know it's not, but Andy, are you still there?
I was freaking out because my dad was saying field goal.
Yeah.
And I was on the sidelines. My teammates were, like, holding on to my, shoulder pad, saying, just like practice.
Yeah.
Was this a controversial decision to add Andy to the team, or,
No, not at all. To be honest with you, we somehow have gotten a history of having female kickers. We played in the state finals in 2011. Carly Gregory was our kicker, and she's to my knowledge, the only girl to ever score in the state finals. She kicked 2 field goals for us in the finals. We ended up losing that 21-14. But she's the only girl. Then her sister kicked for us the following year, and then we had Alyssa Garbrick, another girl, kick for us. Last year we had a boys soccer player, but for whatever reason, here at Shawnee, girls soccer players have been a little more dependable than the boys soccer players in kicking for us. So we have not targeted specifically females to kick, but it's just kind of worked out for us.
Coach,
here.
I want to know, because I'm a son of a coach and I played for my dad. I want to know what Mom said to you what she said to you when you guys came home that night.
She was at the game.
Yeah.
You know, obviously, she was probably the most nervous one in the entire stadium. You know, to be honest. Well, she made the field goal. So after the game, she was storming the field too, crying, hugging Andy. You know, as we all were. So I don't know what her opinion would have been if Andy wouldn't have made the field goal, and I would have been the one to put her in that situation. Yeah, she may not have been quite as happy with me in putting her in that situation.
Well,
I'm glad I don't have to find out.
Well, final question. I've heard, and this, not that this needs an additional twist for the storybook ending, but is this true, Andy? Your brother caught the field goal after it went through?
He did. He got the field goal.
Well, I assume that game ball's on the mantle at the Meeks household.
No, it's actually in the ball bag. We're still using it for practice.
Well, good luck this weekend against Clinton Massey, and thanks for coming on with us this morning, and congratulations on the playoff berth.
I appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
All right, take care.
There you go. Andy and Rick Meeks joining us from Springfield. What a great story.
That's awesome, man.
That is. Boy, oh boy. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't think of that. You played for your dad. There's a certain, I mean, that's great, draws you closer, but there is a pressure on the player in that situation.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a difficult situation, but I love the fact that he wasn't afraid to put her in that situation and trust, I guess, trusting your kids to believe in them enough to put them in a difficult situation where there's possibility of failure. And she came through, and I love that.
Absolutely.
At least she knows the difference between winning and losing.